Ugh, it's that feeling, right? That pit in your stomach. You see the blue screen or maybe just a black screen, and then nothing. Your Windows machine has just crashed, and your mind immediately jumps past the broken computer and straight to the real panic. Your files, your photos, your work, everything. Is it all gone? So that's the big, scary question, isn't it? The one that just sends a chill right down your spine. Is all that work, all those memories, just wiped out? You know, it's a totally valid fear, but I'm here to tell you that in most cases, the answer is a big, resounding no. So just take a deep breath, seriously. Panicking right now is not going to help, but having a clear plan definitely will. Your files are almost certainly still sitting right there on that drive, and we are going to walk through some proven ways, from the super simple to the more advanced, to get them back safely. Okay, you ready? Let's get into it. All right, our very first stop on this rescue mission is the easiest one, and honestly, it works a surprising amount of the time. We're talking about safe mode. Just think of it like a stripped-down, emergency version of Windows that can often fire up even when the main system is throwing a fit. This is always where you want to start. So, how do you do it? It's actually pretty simple. If you can get to the login screen, just hold down that Shift key while you click on Restart. That's the secret handshake to get into the advanced startup menu. From there, you just got to click through the path you see here. It'll restart one more time, and then you just hit the number 4 or F4, and you'll boot into safe mode. Yeah, your desktop's going to look a little funky and basic, but don't worry about that. It's supposed to. The important part is you can get to your files. Just plug in a USB drive and start copying everything important over to safety. But what if you can't even get to the login screen? What if the computer is just a total brick? Well, that's when we have to level up our game a little bit. We're going to use a Windows recovery drive, which is basically like a first aid kit for your PC that lives on a USB stick. Okay, so this next little tip is one of my all-time favorites. It feels kind of like a secret agent move, but it's surprisingly simple. We're not going to be writing any crazy code or anything. We're going to use one of the most basic programs on your computer, good old Notepad, in a way I bet you've never even thought of. So once you've booted up from that recovery USB, you'll work your way to the command prompt. When that black window pops up, just type Notepad and hit Enter. Now here's the magic. Inside Notepad, you're going to go to File and then Open. And would you look at that? You've basically got a mini file explorer. You can see your hard drive, you can browse your folders, and you can copy your precious files right over to another external drive. It's just such a clever and effective trick. All right, so what if the software tricks just aren't cutting it? Well, it might be time to get our hands dirty and go under the hood. This method completely bypasses your broken computer by physically taking the hard drive out. We're going to treat it just like a regular old external drive. Now, safety first with this one for sure. Make sure everything is powered down and completely unplugged. Then you'll open up the case and carefully take out the drive. You can get these little SATA to USB adapters online for next to nothing. You just connect your old drive to it and plug it into a working computer's USB port. And just like that, it should pop up like any other external hard drive, and you can just drag and drop all your files to safety. Okay, let's talk about our last resort. This is the most powerful option, really meant for the toughest cases. Like, what if you accidentally deleted some files, or the drive itself just seems corrupted? This is where specialized data recovery software can be an absolute hero. Now hold on, before we go any further, I need you to listen to this. This is, without a doubt, the single most important rule of data recovery. Do not install the recovery software on the same drive you're trying to rescue. I'm going to say it again, do not install it on the problem drive. If you do, you could literally overwrite the very files you're trying to save and they'll be gone forever. Poof. So just don't do it. Now, there are some really excellent tools out there. Recuva and PhotoRec are amazing free options that can really work wonders. For more serious situations, you might look at professional tools like EaseUS or Stellar. They have more powerful engines that scan your drive bit by bit to piece things back together. It can take a while, for sure, but trust me, it can feel like magic when it works. So let's just do a quick recap of our rescue plan. This little table breaks it all down pretty nicely. If Windows is kind of working but just unstable, you start with safe mode. It's the easiest. If it won't boot at all, that's when you grab your recovery drive. If you think the computer is dead but the drive is fine, it's time for the direct hardware approach. And finally, if files are missing or the drive is corrupted, recovery software is going to be your best bet. So now that we've hopefully gotten your data back, let's talk about the most important step, which is making sure you never, ever have to feel this stress again. You know what they say, a good offense is a good defense. Or is it the other way around? Either way, let's build some defenses. Really, the whole key here is to make backups automatic. Set it and forget it.
You can use Windows File History, sync important folders to a cloud service like OneDrive or Google Drive, or even create full system images. These are all great, but the gold standard, the thing the pros all talk about, is a simple little strategy called the 3-2-1 rule. First up is the 3. This one's easy. For any file you absolutely can't afford to lose, you need to have at least 3 copies of it. That means the original file on your PC, plus 2 separate backups. Next, we've got the 2, and this means don't keep all your eggs in one basket. You want to store those copies on at least 2 different types of media. So, for example, keep 1 copy on your computer's internal drive and another on an external USB drive. That way, if one type of hardware fails, you're still covered. And finally, the 1. And this is probably the most crucial part of the whole rule. You have to keep at least one of those backup copies somewhere else entirely, physically somewhere else. This could be a cloud backup, or maybe an external drive that you keep at your office or at a relative's house. This is what protects you from a real disaster like a fire or a flood. So there you have it. We've gone through the emergency rescue and we've laid out the long-term prevention plan. Your files, hopefully, are safe. But the real question is, what are you going to do now? Don't wait for the next disaster to strike. Please take 5 minutes right now to start putting a backup plan in motion. Your future self will be so grateful. So, what's your plan going to be?